Steve Games! Justified. Yes. Wow. How have things changed in a matter of an hour? Alright, but anyway, so welcome to Google Walk through the Let's Play of RWBY Grimm Eclipse. I'm Dishbine here playing RWBY Grimm Eclipse again, except now it's fully released. Alright, as you can see, things have changed. I mean, I got done recording. Yeah, I got done, I recorded the last version of Steam Early Access, about 10 hours ago. No, about 5 hours ago. And then the game immediately updated once I got out of the game because that's how Steam works. It doesn't update when you're in a game, doesn't kick you out. It's not a multiplayer game uh, when they're having a server change. But yeah, so wow, it's different just from here. But yeah, so RWBY Gloom Clips. I'm now for those of you that have been following that followed my last series of Steam Early Access. I'm gonna be mixing both. I'll basically assuming that you never watched the series or never watched the previous series because you don't really need to. You might want to because it's cool. You can see how the game evolves as well as how I involved and all the interesting facts and all the announcements I made over the course of that series. But anyway, so let's start. First things first. What is RWBY Gun Clips? Well, it is a co-op primarily hack and slash game with RPG elements. Now, I don't know how things have changed since the early access version. It's my first time jumping in. Actually, I just hit insert at the beginning of the intro. Hopefully, I got it all nice. It's not just probably edited in a better start. But anyway, I basically play as the members of Team RWBY from the environments and fighting enemies as well as new enemies. Not appear and will probably appear in the RWBY web series made by Rooster Teeth, same makers of Red vs. Blue, Laser Team, Achievement Hunter. You get the idea. Um, I'll link a description to the series on their website. The series on Crunchyroll in case you want to watch it there, and the series on YouTube in case you want to watch it there. Um, I'll also link in the description the Steam page of RWBY Gloom Eclipse. And oh yes, the patch notes for this and the announcement for this for the release. Because what's in the release is, as you can see, they made the game different. Now you got ranks. As you can see, now you got honor ranks, which are I guess these are your general ranks because progression is no longer, or well, there's a constant progression over your characters, a persistent progression as opposed to what used to be in the early access, where basically it was per session character progression, like in a MOBA. But again, that's changed. I'm definitely going to miss with the description because the description is no longer accurate. Um, and by the way, if you don't know, Ruby is a not only is it a web series made by Rooster Teeth, but it was also a web series made by Monty Young, which I do dedicate both of these series to. Um, he died. He passed away a year or two back. Yeah, a year ago. Most unfortunate. That was sad. Um, he was a good man. I've been I watched Mario from his first from his first video, which was Haloid. I watched a tiny bit of deep dark uh did fantasy, but I'm not much into Final Fantasy. Then when he joined up with Rooster Teeth back in I don't know 2008 9 I think when they were starting with Revelations. Just before with their PSAs as well as their Ripple series, they started hiring for animations. He became a full member of the team. Eventually, he was doing Red vs. Blue season 9, and then he wanted to make his own series. So he did. Called it RWBY. RWBY is, as you can see, it's not spelled R-U-B-Y. That's the name of the main character. RWBY is spelled red, white, black, yellow, colors of the main characters, as well as Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang, the four main characters. And their team is also called RWBY. Um, and RWBY takes place in a modern fantasy sci-fi setting. Let's just say that. Basically, imagine Shadowrun, but in the present day, and even then, that's not even close. To what Ruby is. I do recommend watching the series, by the way, the web series, either on your favorite platform, um, because it is really nice. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't watched the series yet and do plan on buying it, you can now get each individual episode or volume on Steam for I think $6. Yeah, okay, $6.99 for Volume One, $8.99 for Volume Two, $9.99 for Volume Three, US. They're all extremely good. I have all three on DVD. I pre-ordered them. I pre-ordered Volume Two and Three. I wasn't able to pre-order Volume One as I wasn't into Ruby at the time, which I'll probably explain later. But yeah. By the way, in case you're wondering, the Ruby Gum Eclipse came out today, June 5th, 2016. At like I don't know, um, like 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the price of $24.99. It was $19.99 before US. Um, so that's gradual price increase. But anyway, going back to Ruby. Basically it takes place in a where in I can't even say alternate Earth because it has nothing to do with Earth at all. It's not like Ace Combat. No. It takes place on another world in which basically humans have been fighting these monsters called Grimm. They call creatures or Grimm. Basically, they look like normal animals except they're all black, red eyes, and have like exoskeleton type deals on them. However, they're not all based off real animals. Some are like Beowulf's obviously based off wolves, although they walk on 2 feet. You got Ursai, which are basically based on bears, and you got Crates, which are totally fantasy. Um, so yeah. But anyway, and then basically the caveat in Ruby is the fact that there is this mineral called dust, which you can either have it powdered or you can have raw dust crystals, and you can do many things with it, like shoot projectiles out of it, make it a projectile, power stuff like your house, your car, your plane, your airship. You get the idea. As well as you can put in armor. I mean, put it in clothing to do certain things, as well as imbue it in yourself if you're daring enough. Um, but yeah. Um, so yeah, basically that. And the story of Ruby, the actual show follows the adventures of Ruby. Ruby Rose, which is the main character. She is 16. Basically, yeah. She's based off her Ronin, some characters are based off of the people like Team Juniper, which are the secondary main characters. They're based off of, basically they're the opposite of ancient legends. Like you got Pure Nikos, which is based off of, what is his name? Achilles. You got Nora, which is based off of, uh, Thor, and as you can see, gender swap as both of those are females. Both are the rural counterpart, or the well, agent, anything, something, male counterparts. And then Team Ruby, which we'll get into more as we actually join the match. But yeah. But yeah, basically the first 3 volumes follow their going through basically what amounts to West Point, but for what they well, for instead of making people officers in the military, they are making them hunters and huntresses to fight Grimm, because Grimm are actually very hard to kill uh, most of the time, and a person without special skills or special equipment can have a hard time with them. They can do it. It's just really difficult. Um, so yeah, basically imagine the plot of the Witcher. Basically imagine a Witcher, from The Witcher. But anyway, so yeah, and I love I love the Steam Early Access all the way through the beginning to the end. So we'll see how it is now. Now, as you can see, if you've been following, if you watch a previous video on Ruby Glimm Clips. You may see this menu is completely different now. As you can see, instead of just being multiplayer, that's it. It's now multiplayer and single player. Before mid place through the early access period, they switched over to basically the game was online only, multiplayer only, kinda. For the first bit, then mid through early access, they made offline mode, which oh man, that was nice of them. Which by the way, the team really does pay attention to the community. You know, they're saying like they added offline, they added a bunch of different things. Actually, let me look at settings. Okay, same as always. Looks like it didn't change from well, lifted as that's nice. Sometimes Galaxy games do that when they update. But as you can see, it's much better. The UI is much better now. Um, but anyway, yeah. By the way, this game was a greenlight game and an early access game, and before that, it was a free beta and demo on. Oh, it was a free beta alpha, pre-alpha, for Rooster Teeth subscribers, which are what they call their people that pay Rooster Teeth to get content early and get deals on the website because Rooster Teeth is not a YouTube channel. You know, it has a YouTube channel, but it's not. You know, like it's been around before YouTube. It's been around since 2001. No, make that 2002. Um, with Irreversible and stuff like that. Basically, that's how they support themselves, which YouTube can't do it on. You know, YouTube cannot support an entire team because Steve has expanded it from its small origin of just a handful of friends to well, a whole development house having its own convention, and even having movies in theaters, including Ruby. Um, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Ruby Green Eclipse was started by Alex. What's his name? I do forget. I might have to I might have to look it up real quick. To the Ruby Wiki. That was you. But it was made by this one guy as a family project. Basically, he took the Ruby trailer, the red trailer, from before season one, which was the first announcement trailer for, or which was the first trailer for Ruby, the show. And he basically took it and decided to make a horde mode out of it, in which Ruby had to fight endless numbers of Beowulfs um, coming at her in waves. So yeah. Alright, get myself. Actually, yeah, get myself a screen. Oh, by the way, I'm using this game completely controlled compatible with not only a Xbox controller, but also with a PlayStation controller, and the keyboard works fine too. Um, but yeah, I'm using a Wii U Pro controller with a Wii U Pro controller adapter. By the way. Alright, Jordan Scott. I know I got it completely wrong. I remember the two T's. Yes. Basically, after a certain time, it was picked up. The game was picked up by Rooster Teeth, in which they basically said, "You know what? This would be pretty good. This would be a pretty cool game. You want to come? You want us to back in?" It's like, okay, sure. So they took down the original demo and then disappeared for a couple months, and then came back with disappeared for like a year, almost an entire year, and then came back with a demo. So yeah, I came back for demo for Rooster Teeth subscribers. So for that, they talked about it a little bit, not by that much. Basically, said they acquired the Rooster Teeth, the Ruby Gloom Clips. By the way, the demo of Ruby Gloom Clips was not Ruby Gloom Clips; it was Ruby Grimm Eclipse with one M instead of the two M, which is canon for Ruby. But anyway, so I think that's enough talking. I won't be able to explain much here. We saw progress and proceed to next rank. Okay. Reach max rank of 4 different characters. Progress 404%. Wait a second. Did that carry over from the early access? Because I did reach max level 4 characters in early access. I did that just before doing this because I was working really hard the last 4 days to do that. One character per day, which is like 2 hours of gameplay each. Anyway, multiplayer. What can we see here? Connecting, play with friends. I wonder if they added co-op. Also, I like the new menus. They're reminiscent of the old one, but much better. Oh, new chapter names, fantastic. So character what to get? Oh wow. Oh, original art for the game. Before they used art from well, concept art basically from their trailers. Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang. I'll go into more about Team Ruby once we get doing the game, and as each. Hey, I wonder. I don't know. Still not local. I was trying using the keyboard, but yeah, this is uh, player friends. Oh, cool! You have to unlock stuff now. Okay, before you can do whatever. Yeah, they didn't always have checked to select, by the way. Before, well, you had like 4 missions and then 6, in which you basically ran through over the course of an hour to 2. And well, once you either got to the end or you had your fill, you basically backed out of the end and started your entire progress over again. So yeah. But like later part of the early access, they added mission select, or they added basically the stage select, and that allowed you to select stages. I show this a lot in early access because that allowed me to record Fair Fall, without having to spend 2 hours of playing the game in order to get to there. Anyway, so story Grimm Eclipse join. Okay. Okay, quick game immediately join or remain progress or new game join existing lobby. Okay, then we can just first see friends only. Okay. All right, so that's that. So yeah, same as the pre-alpha, pre-alpha. No, same as the early access. Oh whoa, didn't see that. Did not see that. Oh, that was joining us into the game. Oh, that's what was going on. Okay, let's go to single player then. Alrighty, well, at least we got an official thing put in the title now. It's long, but we got something official now. Well, I'm going to get rid of the early access tag. I might have the release tag in there for the first video just to show us the release, but yeah. Alrighty, yeah. I'm going to take a quick drink of water and then we'll move on. And I forgot to fill up my handy one. Must use the extreme gulp instead. Alrighty. Chapter 1, Boots on the Ground. Something's amiss in Emerald Forest. We need boots on the ground to investigate. Roger. Select your character. Now, like I said, this is primarily a co-op focused game. I never played it in co-op, by the way, ever. Um, okay, I played it a little bit once, but person left, so that was that. I do have it on film, of course. But anyway, choose your character. All right, select character. All right, we got Ruby, leader of Team Ruby. Weiss, um, heiress to Shinita's company, which is basically equivalent in this world would be a major oil producer, like BP, for instance. Blake, a followers to the show in one. But Blake, the quiet type, comes from spoiler background, and also is a spoiler. Um, but yeah, she quiet. She likes books. Yeah, that's it. And you got Yang, Ruby's sister. Um, by the way, Ruby's full name is Ruby Rose Waishine Blake. I don't think I know her real name. If she even said her real name, I just realized that. By the way, and then Yang Jialong. And by the way, like I said, Yang and Ruby are sisters, but they're half sisters. They have the same dad but different mothers. Which an interesting thing is, which was revealed in Volume 3. Which, by the way, Ruby the series is on Volume 3 right now. At the end of Volume 3, this game takes place at the end of Volume 2, which we'll explain once we get moving and actually find where it actually differs from the show. But trust me, it takes place probably right after Volume 2, um, and not Volume 3. For the fact of if you know what if you know what in the Volume 3 was like, then you know by looking at Yang something's different. Oh yeah, Blake Belladonna. Yes, I forgot her name. Yeah, Blake Belladonna. But yeah, they're half sisters. Ruby's actually using her mother's maiden name. And the interesting thing about Ruby and Yang is both their mothers, their father, and their uncle were on the same team, which which was set up at Beacon much like they were. Basically how the team set up at Beacon work is basically they send you into the Emerald Force, which is where we're about to go to. Um, and basically they say the first person you see you become partners with. First person Ruby saw was Weiss. First person I think Yang saw was Blake. Um, and then whoever gathered a similar chest or similar artifact, which was chess pieces in their tenure, in their training, or well, in their I guess initiation training, partnering process, whatever you want to call it, were chess pieces, which are the collectibles in this game, or at least they were. Uh, I forgot what each of them had, but they all had. Well, basically, they had the same one. Like I believe they had rooks. Yes, they had rooks. Not rocks knights, I mean. Um, so yeah. Alright, but anyway, so today we're playing as Ruby, as she's by far my second favorite character behind Pyrrha. Then Ruby, Yang, Osbin, which is the headmaster of Beacon Academy. General Ironwood. Then, John, I guess. And then, well, you get the idea. Um, Man, I guess I'm a pretty big a fan of my show. I actually got my sister into it, which then she in turn got me into a little bit of anime. I don't, I'm not crazy about anime anyway. I don't like Andrew and Naruto that well. When it comes to video games and well movies and TV shows, I much prefer CGI, which is why I like Ruby because it's all CGI. For the most part. Well, for the most part, I'm lying. It is all CGI, which we'll explain once we get in game. But yeah, we'll explain once again game even more about my experiences with Ruby and how I got into it. Alright, and then how I got my sister into it. Now, by the way, Ruby time. And by the way, I like Ruby the best because she is the most balanced, and she has a long range rifle. Because each of the basically every hunter and huntresses have weapons that are dual purpose. They're not only melee weapons, which will cycle character again. They're not only melee weapons like well, what's a good example? None of them have good examples of their guns out except Weiss, except their rapier does nothing but shoot dice stuff it. Well, or basically her rapier is like a wand that she uses to basically she shoots out dust out of her revolver there, revolving cylinder. Which by the way, there is no magic in the world except with one or two exceptions, but yeah, basically everything is scientific in terms of the world, much like the warp in Warhammer or subspace and Halo. So yeah. Alright, but anyway, so yeah, like everyone has a dual purpose weapon. Like Ruby has a scythe that is also a gun in that configuration. That's her carrying configuration, but it can also be unfolded a little bit more to become a gun, and then unfolded a whole lot to become a big scythe. Then you got Yang, which has gauntlets that shoot fireballs and or shotgun shells, which are or both. You got Blake, which has basically a Glock pistol, a semi-automatic Glock pistol with a big sword sticking out of it. Why is this the only one with mostly a melee weapon with their rapier? However, her rapier is special because it can channel dust by her pulling a trigger, which is not shown on the art, but she can pull the trigger well centered around, and then she can shoot dust out of it. But anyway, so Ruby time. Let's see what it's like now. Oh man, they made the minimap look nice, and they did they bring back the old character designs? Yeah, they brought back the old character designs, but HDFI'd them. That's nice. Oh, by the way, there was a trailer. By the way, I ignored it at all costs. Like whenever I looked at the Steam page to see if it was updated, I was like, trailer, no please, trailer, no praise, don't do it to me, trailer. Don't turn on, yeah, turn on, no, let's close my eyes, close on the page or something, that's just it. But anyway, so, yeah, well, let's start pressing buttons. Actually, you know what? Oh, yes, persistent ranks. Yes, there is no, in-game ranking like a MOBA anymore, right. I was wondering if it was there because I was kind of doubting it. Help. As you can see, the four controllers, or, I mean, three controllers, which I must say it's interesting. Not only do the 360 controllers is nothing special, but they have a PlayStation 4 controller, which is special. Not many games have that as a part of the menu, which is interesting. But anyway, so yeah, same as when I left it. Let's go over here. We're nice and safe. Oh, they made a little bit more faster. Okay, LRB to dash. Oh yes, she is now fast. She's now really fast. Not as fast as she is in the show because Ruby Semblance is basically run really fast. And also, when she does it, she shoots out rose petals, which are actually physical objects. As you can see, they're falling on the ground, stuff like that. Which is shown in the show multiple times with Weiss. Basically, she sprinted past Weiss, showing her how fast she was. She waved her hand to get the petals all over her face, and then that's where all has been mentioned after they were investigating something, kind of secretly. Like, I wonder who left these rose petals in the club, or something similar to that effect. But yeah. Alright, well, again, much smoother animations. Oh, how about light attacks, which for me are on the top button because I'm using a Wii Pro controller and Nintendo controllers are the original setting for face buttons. X is on top, Y is on left, A is on right, and B is down. Speaking of heavy attack, okay, now in RWBY, if it's any similar to the early access stuff, the combo revision patch, which was later on in the Relax development, they had combos, which basically consist of light attack, Y, a light attack heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, and then you can just do light. You can also do jumping ones, light, and Y, or light Y, which doesn't do it, which is the same. You can see the ult and down there. If you're using a controller, it's your shoulder buttons um, pressed together, and basically it's a power move. For Ruby, it is a crescendo, which basically means she spins her scythe around, killing everything she sees. So yeah. By the way, I'm gonna take another drink of water. My throat's amazingly dry. I've been up for like 24 hours now, so yeah. I had to record this. Chapter 1, Boots on the Ground. Alright, let's do this. Ruby Grimm Eclipse time. We're almost out of time. Um, um, up on D-pad. Aha! Oh, they do have the old menu. It's just on up on D-pad now. I thought taunts.
Oh
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
taunts is now down on D-pad. Got it. Left stick, right stick. A is jump. B is B. Oh wait, B. By the way, B is counter, which basically means you don't get hit. Right or right shoulder would be to team attack. Left shoulder is to dash and sprint. Okay. We need help. Oh, and also left C for me is or left trigger is to a center camera like that, but that's no fun. All right, but anyway, so yeah, so that's all like the backstory and new features of the new release. So yeah, I might as well end it here so I don't have to go in overtime. I have to worry about being in overtime. Um, so what do I think of the new release? What do I think of the release so far? Oh my word, is it amazing? It was good before, but if you just look at the terrain, I mean, we're just in the opening area, mind you. But yeah, it's much improved, much more filled out. They changed the terrain again, like they did with what, the Common Revision patch? No, the Forever Fall update patch, I think, is when they actually changed the terrain, of the maps. But yeah, I mean, they do plan on adding more content like Horde mode, which was the original mode of RWBY, Grimm Eclipse, back going all the way back to the fan made demo. So yeah, which, they are planning on adding it. They just couldn't get fit in for the release. Which I might as well explain now. Yeah, the release just as much as the early access release, just as much as, well, basically every release of Ruby Glim Eclipse came out of absolutely nowhere. Basically no announcement, no anything. It was like, bam, it's on Steam. Have fun. Um, so I did. Then, like, they gave you some warning with the release of this. They gave you like a 4-5 day warning. I think they announced it on. I think they announced it either the 28th or the. Actually, I can look it up. I forgot. I mean, look up real quick right when they announced it. They announced it June 30th. 6 days ago. Which gave me enough time to wrap up the Early Access series in the way I wanted it, in a way that I wanted to. Which, by the way, I should go on what this series is going to be about. Now, for the first series, now this is going to be a loose form LP, but when I do campaigns, I will probably do them until completion, unless I need to, um, unless I need to, unless I need to back out of the campaign for a reason, do look an update or something. Then I'll do that. But we'll see. I don't know how the saving works if there is saving. I don't know how the game works in terms of level persistence. I mean, I probably should when you unlock it. I don't know about levels yet because that's new, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I do plan on doing our full run through of Ruby first. Then I'll probably do a full. I'll do them in order of what you saw there, which was the name order, as well as the trailer order, as well as the concept art order, which is Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang. The best by two. This should my judgment because Weiss sucks. But Blake is hard to use. She's pretty awesome, hard to use. Weiss is fine at later game, but I just don't like her. I mean, there's a reason people call her the Ice Queen. Not quite sure why anyone would call her Snow Angel, but people do. Um, but anyway, so yeah, then going on to Yang, which I do like a lot. She's basically the close combat version of Ruby, which would make sense. They are sisters. Um, so yeah. Um, but yeah, that's my plans, and the plans for my series in general. Once I get all their campaigns done, now for opening week, I'll try my hardest to beat. I'll try my hardest to beat this campaign, Ruby's campaign, and then move on to the other characters' campaign in that order again. Then after that, I'll probably just do updates. Probably when Horde mode comes out, I'll probably play that a lot. Whenever. So this will be a more lax. This will be a main sequence series, and then depending on how popular the series is at the end of Ruby's campaign, I will maybe keep it a main sequence series, but don't do it as often. But then maybe downgrade to a RMLP Monday series, which means I come back to it every now and then on Mondays, or come back to it whenever there's an update, or when I just really, really want to play Ruby. Um, all depends. But yeah, for sure, Ruby, I'm going to be treating it as a normal campaign that is a normal campaign that I'm doing. Like Halo. Um, but anyway, so yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate you guys watching on this video. Being out to me, lost me out to leave comments or suggestions for this series. Like what you next or tips and I'll play. We're going clips in general, no tips, comments for real table tip. And I do appreciate all you that did watch this video, even though it's just explanation, which I will probably just put in the title, like intro explanation, and then description, be saying there's no gameplay, just me looking at looking at what's new in the game and menus and stuff like that. Uh, so yeah. So skip to the very end, which then we'll go into the mission. Which actually, by the way, I'm thinking. Yeah. No. 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 We're not backing out the main menu. No, we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna stay right here and complete the mission like this, because I'm going right into the next bit. I'm just going to get some water. Because my mouth is extremely dry, like I said. But anyway, so yeah, that'll be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments, or tell your friends about it, because I'll more likely do more of this more frequently if you guys do like it. Which, by the way, the early access series, the last bit of it, people really really liked. Um, so yeah, but I mean, I got other things I need to do like wolf tanks. USS Arizona just came out in more warships. The Freedom Abrams came out in, in Armored Warfare. I need to do them, uh, but I can wait till RWBY is done, or at least till I got my RWBY this out of the way long enough for me to sit down and play Wolf Tanks and other games. Alright, but anyway, so that's it for this video, and I guess see you in the second. Okay, I messed it up. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I was just checking to see if it paused. Just not paused still. Alright, but anyway, so that'll be it for this video, I guess. See you in the second.